Irish wristwatch. Swiss wristwatch.
It's pretty good.
It's a hard one.
Irish Irish wristwatch.
You came in so confident.
Oh, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta walk in there with
Strong
confidence.
and wrong.
Strong and
baby.
wrong. Yeah, 100%. Wait, Irish. Yeah, there's no
Irish
wristwatch.
Now you have wristwatch.
Watch.
Swiss
wristwatch.
wristwatch.
Oh, okay. So there's a wristwatch twice. Irish wristwatch.
Kinda.
Swiss. Kinda. Kinda. Irish wristwatch. Swiss wristwatch.
Kinda.
I'm a rapper now.
Rapper. Royx Raggy.
Irish wristwatch. Swiss wristwatch.
Nice.
Wow, that's tough. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I like that one.
I had a mentor tell me, like, when you have these hard obstacles, it's very much like any acting exercise is like, you understand the obstacle.
Yes, yes.
Now find the ease.
Find the what?
Ease
The ease.
of it. Like,
Oh, okay.
you know, like through repetition, you'll find the ease of it. Like,
Yeah.
how do you make it fun? Like, Irish wristwatch.
What's going on in your mind as you're saying it out loud?
Wristwatch.
Walk me through that, because I have my own thing when I do these.
I think opening up my mouth, just trying to get
Oh.
it as big as I can.
So
So I know I can gobble these words.
Yeah.
And then
Throw it up.
I don't know why I had to like point to the camera.
For those of you listening, not watching,
Yeah, I
Dav just threw out a peace sign there after that for some reason. But
yeah,
you know,
peace point, whatever I did to the camera.
it's for the world.
Yeah. I don't know, just trying to open my mouth because I know I can articulate well.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm just like the lower volume of my mouth, I know I can't say those. So I'm really focusing on my mouth.
Interesting.
What about you?
For me, I'm actually visualizing these things.
What?
Yeah, in my mind.
In my head, I was like, "You're visualizing these words." I'm like, "Why?"
Oh no.
Like the Irish.
Wristwatch. Like it's an Irishman.
Nice.
And I'm looking down at it, right? And then the Swiss one, I don't have to go too far because Swiss have great watches.
Yeah.
So I think about the one I used to own. So
Nice.
I'm looking down into it, like Irish wristwatch, Swiss wristwatch.
Oh.
You know what? We won't get tongue tied with though.
What?
Our names.
Yeah, I'm Davied Morales, and you can find me everywhere at Active Poet.
And I'm Tasi Alabastro. You can find me everywhere at Tasi Alabastro. And this is
Art Time Job.
a support podcast for aspiring and working artists by us, with us.
Yeah.
Aspiring and also very much working artists and working real hard to get these tongue twisters.
Yeah. Which are great to warm up, period. I don't care what you're doing out there. If you're
That's
listening
true.
to this and you're just going to give a presentation, just
Yeah.
going to scold your kids, whatever it is, tongue twisters are the way. And do you have any
Yeah.
other that you like doing?
Yeah. I think I like doing the big black bear bit the big black bug, made the big black bug bleed blue blood.
What's the last part?
Made the big black bear bit the big.
Say it slow so I can hear
It's so funny because I was literally saying that one of the only reasons I do this one too is the fact that I remember it
Fast?
fast. But now, like, the big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blue blood.
I like that. Bleed blue blood.
Yes.
It's funny how, like, memorizing lines, if you always memorize them fast and people tell you to do it slow, you're like,
Yeah.
same thing with emotion. Like,
Yeah.
you have to practice it multiple different ways so you're
Totally.
never thrown off.
However, if you were to say, like, do that again, but, this circumstance has happened in your life, then I can change it, right? But if you're like, can you speed that up? Can you slow it down? Can you make it loud? That's when it becomes, like, not as specific in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Harder for you to connect that way.
it is, yeah.
Ah,
So it's like, it's making that weird adjustment about, like, and I think we talked about this briefly about, like, how asking for something from a director.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not necessarily how you communicate. And maybe they haven't figured that out yet, So you got to help the other person, like, hey, I think these words don't really
Yeah.
center me, or like they're not useful to me.
Agreed.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. Another one
Yeah.
that's hard to say is I like unique New York. And if that's too easy, you need a unique New York.
You need unique New York. How many people out there, leave a comment below or wherever it is you're watching this, have been triggered by that?
Yeah. Or if you out there have a tongue twister that we don't know about that you love, please put it below.
So recently I attended the Lee Weimer's Emerging Artist Award ceremony.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And it was great to hear from these other artists talk about their art and a little bit about themselves on a theater stage. And I kid you not, halfway through it, at the Hammer, yeah, halfway through some of these, I was thinking to myself, their diction's pretty good.
Yeah, nice. They're articulating.
Yeah, they're articulating. Well. They're on a mic, but it is, I can hear them.
Which I think is a great segue into like theater.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think one of my favorite things about theater, this whole episode, we're gonna geek about theater because that's where our humble beginnings start from.
Yeah,
I would say I feel like both of us had dreams of being on the big screen, but like theater is our entry point.
Yeah, and maybe for different reasons. I don't know. I guess we'll discover that for ourselves
throughout the episode.
Yeah. We're not talking about theater like Broadway. We're talking about theater as a artistic expression. Yeah.
Yeah, more like a state of mind.
State of mind. Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I was like, I just yes-anded you. I was like,
yeah, I wanted to one-up you, and you were yes-anding me. What a bad partner I am.
State of mind. Yeah, all right. Stage of mind.
Stage of mind.
How to throw that over to Theater Bay Area at some point.
I love that. Stage of mind.
Yeah. For those of you who are new to this podcast, a little context. Dav and I have never worked on a show together.
How dare these people not cast us?
Very strange. And too much Riz, maybe.
Too much.
But
off the Rizma scale.
Oh, the Rizma scale? Wow.
I tried.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it. Like a good theater program should.
Yeah.
We've never worked together, but we've seen shows together. We know a lot of, we share a lot of mutual friends within the community.
We've also seen each other in multiple shows.
Oh, you and I.
Oh, thanks.
Is it you and I?
I and you.
I and you.
Close enough.
I'm Filipino, so my dyslexia comes natural.
And I yeah. But then I realized what you're doing.
I'm still waiting for you to do your solo performance.
Dang, you and Austin, Dean Ashford are trying to get me to do a solo show. Like, I love people though. Like, I do theater to like connect with people. So the fact that I'm like by myself, I'm like, this is great, and I get to connect with you guys like an hour later. But I rather like I like working with people.
I mean that way you use the parameters to develop that one man show. I want to connect with people. Okay, well, how do I do that?
I'm down for like 2, maybe 3.
So it's a long effort, but I think we're gonna make Dav get there.
Like with rap, I already get to do that, but now I bring in more
that's
people.
True.
I bring in more people as much as I can. But yeah, Tasi and I definitely Bay Area young legends over here.
Oh,
yeah, young legends
from his mouth.
Yeah, we are. There.
I like that. I would never say that.
I would.
Thank you.
Say that because I think both of us are well known in the theater community. Maybe we're not at the height of like legendary status, but I think we're upcoming legends. I think so.
All right, I'll lead into it. I'll say yes.
Do you plan to stop anytime soon?
No.
Exactly. So we are gonna get the legendary status in the Bay Area and maybe worldwide in the theater community. Maybe get a Tony one day. That'd be cool.
Cool.
But I'd love that.
There you go. Put it out there.
Yeah, I am.
It's funny you asked that. If I ever thought about stopping, because I was running a workshop the other day, and I told our mutual friend Jed, I was like, it's been on my mind. Like, what if I stop for 10 years? Like that's like, and really, really hyper focus on like the ability to. Wow, that was a big gap. You just drove a trailer through there. The ability to observe, like think about how we observe daily life, and like what will that benefit me in 10 years if that's all I did. My sense of observation, like how, because I already use a little bit of that. Like I was like, okay,
But how do you put that into practice? That's my big thing. I feel like there's a lot of like, I'm gonna do this thing, but like, how do you actively? Do you have to like, all right, I see this person today, I'm gonna walk like them tomorrow? Like, is it something like that?
You walk them right now.
True.
Yeah. True. You just put in your body. That's another thing that I think is interesting is like, okay, honing your sense of observation, but how quickly can you put it in your body after seeing it?
Also, like accents, like how quickly can you like find the pattern of like accents? Be like, I got it.
I was watching Tom Hiddleston on an interview, and he was getting dressed. I guess his dresser.
Yeah.
And he was just going through like, I think it was like 4 different accents. Seamless shifts between all 4, beautifully sounding, and not forced.
Yeah.
Not over the top, just like he's there, and then like he'll speak, and he gets this one word, and it's suddenly a different like that word fits in both accents, like how he's. I was like, oh my god.
My Irish is not there, but the fact that I've learned a little bit of the Irish dialect, it feels like a video game where you unlock a new character, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
how the heck did I never have this Irish in my dialect before? But now I just song it all the time. I love it. Ireland, I love this. I love this accent all the time. I always
fun too.
I talk to my girl, and I'm like, laddie, do you want to do this thing?
Laddie or lassie?
Laddie. But I love it. Like I'm just like, wow, I didn't know I could do that.
Because it's very musical.
It is.
It's there's kind of like a sing song to it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I love it. It sounded great.
Thanks. I know
that came from your reading, right? You did a stage reading.
Yeah, that was only like 2 half-an-hour dialect coaches, and that was like lessons. Yeah. Coaching lessons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway, we got off track because of the excitement, but
yeah, theater. One of my favorite things, we were talking about diction. Going into that, and I think one of my favorite notes or things that are in my repertoire because of theater is having to be so big, and when transitioning to film, when I believe they'd rather always have you dial it back than bring it out of you.
Yeah.
And because of theater, I can be loud, and like I can support my voice, and I can make sure the person in the back of the room hears me and sees me off my ridiculous actions doing stuff.
Right.
Does that suck in film sometimes? Yes.
Unless you're doing a wide shot.
Yeah, unless you're doing a wide shot, then it's great.
A real wide shot.
But I also feel like it makes our comedy and our physicality and acting a little better, because like I've done some weird, wild stuff, But that's one thing I love that theater training has taught me, to like reach the person in the back of the room.
Yeah. Even if it's an intimate scene, you can reach them. Man, let's go in this. We're talking about theater. And something that you like, why you really love it as a performer or as an artist.
Sure. Let's get into that. Yeah.
I was thinking about what you just said about like going big, and I'm wondering, what does that translate to people who are not in the performing arts? Like, if you are a visual artist, like, what does going big mean, right? And the first thing that came to my mind is like, there's something that you hear sometimes when you're drawing people. It's like push to pose.
What's that? Never heard that.
It basically means like, so if you could imagine you're drawing someone running maybe, and you draw the spine for example, right? And it looks like an eclipse maybe, like that's the shape of the spine. An instructor might look at it and go, oh, push to pose. And that means like, okay, well, how far can I push this like crescent to make it look super exaggerated? But when you watch it in an animated, you see a lot of cartoons like that. Where like, where it's like a little big, like a deep letter C, because they're spines. Yeah. Like humanly not possible. But when you're animating stuff, you do a few frames of that, and it's memorable, it sticks out to you, right? I mean, especially if you're a slapstick or physical actor. Yeah. You watch those cartoons or whatever, and you're like, I want to try that, right? Like it kind of informs each other. Yeah. So whenever I think about like theater and like, oh, go big, I think of like other artists like, push to pose, push it, like see how far you can exaggerate it before it becomes like in that weird threshold of, oh, too much, but you can always scale back. Yeah. Right. So
I love the fact that you transposed that. That was like, so, man.
Yeah. I don't like getting locked into like, for better or worse, right? I don't like getting locked into that mentality of like theater arts is a silo, meaning like it exists on its own. Like I like the idea that whatever art you're doing will always find a home in a different art form. So when we talk about like photography, which we're going to be doing in a few days, like I think about like, okay, well on stage, what does that look like if you're a photographer? Well, composition. Okay, well, if a subject is farther upstage, like way up there, diminished, right? Like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I think about that. Like, okay,
the same concepts apply across art platforms and even across multiple job fields. Yeah, you're saying.
Think about like voiceover and like stage.
Whoa.
right? So when you're doing stage and you're in the background, what does it sound like? Not as loud, but like it kind of calls to your attention to some way. If someone's back there, and then sometimes you can do proximity on your mic, right? You're like, hey, da, 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 da. Oh, but Steven, la, la. It gives like those are things that I don't know if you like would learn in a class.
Yeah.
All right, like you kind of just have to play with your producer, whoever's doing the recording. Can you give us a little proximity thing so they don't have to do that in post, right? You just you're on the mic, and then Charlie went up to me, and then get over here, Charlie. It's you feel present.
Dude, if nobody has done this, I think this is like maybe not $1 million idea, but this is like a golden goose egg that you just dropped on this podcast, which is like you should be like translating with Tasi and like across all art forms, like put like background in visual arts is like the same thing across, so it's like easy to be like, oh, this is downstage, which is like this in the foreground. Breaking the fourth wall is actually like I don't know this in like photography, like showing where your multi-hyphenated like disciplines like intersect. Be like, this is how it translates to me. Be like, I think it'd be a crazy educational sector. I don't know.
No, I agree, and that's when we talked about this topic. I'm like, I don't know if I could talk about theater in that. Not in just that way, because my mind doesn't think that way. It doesn't process like, oh yeah, theater is nice and it's on a stage. Yeah. But in my mind, as I'm watching it, I'm like, what is this? Like, am I watching a movie? Oh, this is a photograph, or this is a painting right here. Like, there's so many different like textures of art that's happening in my mind, and like you watch certain shows, and speaking of like accents, you like hear stuff, you're like, oh, that sounds like music.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not, right? There's some words. So yeah, I mean Shakespeare's kind of like that in some way.
Don't talk to me about Shakespeare.
But here's something I read recently that I thought was very interesting. It said if you are saying the words in Shakespeare in poetry, and you're trying to get the word right and the rhythm, then you're performing the poetry of it. But if you were to just do it and perform it and do it as if you're the person experiencing it and what's happening, you're performing the intent. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So like, it says like, try not to get tripped up on the words at first, figure out what is actually happening. And then like, okay, well, why are these words here? Like, why are these the words being used? Well, I mean, partly because it's Elizabethan, right? Like I'm sure Shakespeare wrote today, he'd write stuff that we would like be able to say perfectly fine.
I'm not big on Shakespeare, but would you say that's the difference between like when he writes it in prose and in verse? Like you're supposed to perform the poetry, and then when it's in prose, you're supposed to perform the intent. I don't know. Again, I only did one Shakespeare play. I don't even know how I ended up doing it. I made it like a statement in my career for everyone to know that like, do not hit me up for Shakespeare. But when it takes a mentor and multiple great people and an opportunity to work somewhere you've always wanted to work, you say, sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm the same boat. I've only ever done like 2 or 3, I think.
Dude, no.
But like,
oh no, before you even speak.
What?
This guy says 2 or 3. His first one, was it The Merchant?
Oh yeah. Well,
the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, great role. Gobo, what's his name? Gabo. Great role. Like in the show, but like, just 1 or 2. Kind of like me and Ben Cassio. It's like I'm in the show, but like I don't have crazy amount of lines, and it's a great role in Othello because you're talked about even when you're not on stage. And I'm like, they're thinking of me even when I'm not there.
I'm present, but not really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the one after that, Maggers, bro.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the most lines in like any Shakespeare show?
I think Hamlet might be.
And then Iago and Othello, but like this has got to be like top 5, bro.
Well, yeah, I did it, but it's not like I did it. I didn't do it well. But the point that I was getting to was that I said yes to these because of the team that was involved. Like I wouldn't actively say like, oh, let me go audition for, an outdoor Shakespeare theater like in Utah or even locally. Like I don't pursue it in that way. It has to kind of be, I gotta trust that I can fall and be caught, or I could find a way to support outside of just the acting. You know what I'm saying?
If y'all are listening and not watching, I'm shaking my head. This guy is full with booty.
Okay, let me tell you this.
Tell me this.
When I was doing Mackers, I had so much stress that I would wake up in the middle of the night. I would wake Sam up in the middle of the night doing saying my monologues.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I had dreams.
Nope, not me.
Yeah,
I don't want that type of stress.
Yeah, it was so stressful.
Nope. I feel like. Tell me. Did you have less or more stress doing your one-person show or doing Maggers?
Less stress.
Doing which one?
Oh, doing the one-person show.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Shakespeare, it grazed us.
But here's
us.
Yes. It grazed us, yes. But, I will say.
What will you say?
It may be diminishing returns, but I would say after I did Mackers, no other, stage situation scared me in that way. So it's just like, I did the thing. What more can
I will say that that's a positive I will say from Shakespeare after spending so much time on it and having Shakespeare, as people say. I'm not as scared of any other text.
Yeah,
I'm really not.
I mean, until you do another Shakespeare.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm trying to still but once again, if the pay's right, if the people's right, if the place is right, you might see me in some more Shakespeare.
But I was very proud of you when I saw you on stage.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think it was a great show.
I teared up.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't even no. It was. Does that ever happen to you? I mean, I don't know if it has, but
it happens to my girlfriend all the time.
Does it really?
She just watches me and in a commercial being like, "Hi," and she's like, "You're so great." I'm just like, and really, there's so much subtext behind that.
Sure, of course.
She sees how much work.
And maybe that's exactly why for me it's the same way. So I teared up when you got on. I teared up recently when I saw Miss Christie and I saw some of our friends in there, and just kind of rocked that, take up space, in that venue.
Yeah, that venue is gorgeous, bro. I can't wait to grace that. I'm only understudied in that space, but
here we go, putting it out there.
Yeah, put it out there.
It'll be a show with both you and I in there somehow.
That'd be freaking amazing.
I'll be moving furniture,
man. How do you feel about musicals? Oh, you're about to do another musical this year.
Am I? Which one?
Christmas Carol?
Oh, well, there's music in it. It's not a musical. Yeah.
Excuse me.
I was going to say, this is Halloween. That's not the song in there.
Not at all.
I honestly don't remember it, but because I had recorded it on my iPhone, I could probably listen to it and be like, oh, right. That's where we are. I mean, I did that Shakespeare musical. So that was a weird thing. 12th Night.
Where?
At SF Playhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one was...
I totally remember. I didn't see that.
I think you would have enjoyed it because the music was very brass band, New Orleans. That was the vibe. Okay. And there's some ballads in there. And that one, I mean, I told them when I auditioned for that, I was like, I'm not a strong singer, but I am a mover and I will act my ass off. And I was just being honest. Yeah. Right. And then I got a call back and then had a good time and did the show, lost 5 pounds.
Okay.
Because, it was the dancing.
Okay.
I was dancing.
I was dancing.
I was taking up that space. But yeah, that was barely any Shakespeare really in that. Not that I said anyway. It's all in the songs. That's why I wasn't afraid of it. Because I was like...
Nice.
I did that too.
Yeah.
In my head.
Oh, in your head.
Yeah. What were you asking me?
Musicals.
Oh, musical. How do I feel about musicals? I enjoy them. And sometimes I feel like I enjoy it even more when I have some historical context about them. And I guess that's more for well, no, it works for newer musicals too. I like to know how they came around. I know that's not really everyone's thing. People go to musicals to enjoy.
Whoa, you're making me think that'd be cool. Maybe just a suggestion, an alley-oop for theater companies. If the first rehearsal was talking about the origins of the play, who wrote it, obviously, but
I mean, not every theater has a dramaturge, but that would be
that'd be but even when I've had dramaturgs, we talk about where the play takes place, but not
why is it a play?
Why did this play come about? When it came about. You know.
I think that's. I mean,
it's on artists. This is our job to do the work. But
no, but I think it's important though. If you're doing an older play, to have that sense of like, well, this is where it was, but because we're doing it now, this is how the playwright or the estate, whatever, has allowed us to change it, but to respond to the times, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I think Sondheim, when they revived Company, one of the lead roles, I can't remember, the name is Bobby with a Y, and it's generally played by a man. But Sondheim, when he was still alive, he's like, nah, change it. Put it with an I so you can cast a woman.
Why can't Bobby be with a Y and be a woman?
I don't know. But they wanted to make the differentiation, I guess. Okay. That it is purposefully a woman. Not like just get a woman in there, I think. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference.
Yeah.
I think it's the intent, right? So the playwright was just saying like, was just actively, I think, giving them permission to say it can't, there's no reason it couldn't be, right? So like, go for it.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think for me, I don't see myself seeing like a music. I haven't seen a musical where I wanted to see it twice. Maybe Book of Mormon. Do you know what I mean? Like there's some plays I'm like, well, I won't see that again.
You seen Lion King?
No, not yet. I know. Listen, I had this conversation with Sam too, and he's like, "Oh, I start crying when those animals came down the aisle." I was like, "What?"
It's the realest.
Where did you see it?
Tour? No, I saw it in New York.
Oh, okay.
When I was 12. But like, I don't know what happened, what they do in that show, but like, you just know the parameters of theater, and the fact that they like immerse you so much in this show that you're just like, where am I? Yeah. I'm in the Disney movie. Like it's
right.
You feel so immersed.
I'm in the Disney movie.
And there's a reason like that cast has been a part of that like show. Like maybe not the touring ones, but like the Broadway ones, and like for like 10 plus years. Like they have so much chemistry doing this show.
What a gig.
Sheesh.
Not even a gig anymore. That's like that's a full time.
Sheesh.
Because I'm sure those actors aren't then afforded time to like pursue TV stuff.
Yeah.
You're in New York, right? Like what's their
or touring.
Or touring, yeah.
So you wouldn't do a musical, or there's not a musical that's like your favorite right now?
Oh, I mean, I would do a musical.
Is there
I'm not strong enough to be any like if we like, let's say Little Shop of Horrors. I think it's like 6-7 person cast maybe.
Who would you like to be?
None of them, because I'm not a strong enough singer. Because it's just built that way. There's no ensemble, like, you know what I mean? Like there's no.
I don't think The Dentist has anything too crazy.
Oh, he's got a couple of songs.
I mean, gas, but that's like I think he's the most character-y out of all. Yeah. And even Mushnik.
Oh
Mushnik and Sons. You know.
Did you see the one they did at Theater Works?
Come on, bro. Of course.
You did. Okay.
That's the only one. That's the only one that needs to be in existence. In Chinatown, bro, that was like.
Oh, it was great. The hanging everything.
And also, side quest right now. I brought my partner there who's like new to theater, and because of being with me, she's in this world. She knew nothing about the play going in there. So it was amazing watching her reactions of like a 5-year-old, like amazement. She's like, the plant's moving. How are they doing that? I was like, oh, she has no idea what's about that.
Did she meet Brandon after? Did you guys meet?
Yeah. She realized like, maybe at the end of Act 1 be like, somebody's in there. I was like,
well, yeah, and like for those of you who hadn't seen it, at the end, you know, I guess they brought back this gag at the end where the vines grow out from the theater, like there are like these holes in the side of the walls where like I guess you would normally string lights maybe. But they rigged it so that like vines came out, so it was so visceral because all the cast was moving down stage. And so you felt, you know, if you've never seen the movie or the show, you really feel that these plants are taking over the world, right? And you're like, oh no, it's so campy and so wonderfully done, so memorable, I would say, right?
Yeah. It's good.
Has she seen the movie?
No.
Oh, I think she would. I think she would enjoy the movie.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I think that was just such a great production.
Oh yeah. But yeah. What about you? Did you do a musical?
You know, I started doing musicals in like high school and whatnot. Like that's how you kind of like get in, you know. The first thing I did was like Honk Jr.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Well, I don't remember you in it, but I remember that being like a staple.
Yeah, Honk it was Jr. like the little duckling, like a bridge down, and I played like, you know, the brother of the duckling. But yeah, I just always did musicals, and I think it helped me with the confidence of singing.
Oh, no way.
You know, I got a fun story. This happened twice, and I should have learned after the first time, but I didn't. I remember auditioning for it, and they're like, you have to sing a song. And I didn't know there was a difference between musical theater songs or just songs. You know, I was like, oh, they just want to hear me sing. I went in there, I brought my little iPod rig, whatever it was, and I sang Ordinary People by John Legend.
Oh, that's
and
good.
they were like, okay. They didn't say, like, that's not a theater song or anything.
Sure.
They was like, okay. And I got a okay role, you know, in there. Obviously, I didn't get the lead, but that show, Mrs. Lerner's son was in that show.
Sam.
Oh,
Sam
wow. That's how I know Sam.
That's wild.
And he played the Ugly Duckling. He
was so you're
Hunk.
brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Don't we look like it?
Nailed it.
That's when I like theater too. Like, you know, when people are like, theater is just not that creative when they're coming with diverse casting.
Yeah.
In middle school, anything can happen, which is great.
So you throw everybody in there.
Exactly.
The parents are going to come get you.
Exactly. And then the second time was as soon as I got my AA at De Anza, I went to Foothill for 2 years. But I remember that orientation with Tom Goff and Janice Bergman. I was talking to Tom after, and he was like, do you do sports? And I was like, yeah, I used to play baseball. He's like, interesting you say that. He was like, we are doing a musical here about baseball, and I'd love you to be in it. We need people, but I just need to hear you sing. And what did I sing? Ordinary People again. I was like, I know this song.
That's in your wheelhouse.
And then he was like,
so are you singing this after this podcast, right?
No.
Or for our Patreon?
Definitely not.
For our Patreon.
Maybe for Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll see. And he was just like, that's not a theater song. And that was the first time I was like, what do you mean there's a theater song? And I think in high school, there was a time when I was auditioning, I just took people's audition material. Like I sang Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. And I was like, I did really well on that one. And I probably should have sang that one with Tom, but like it was just on the spot. I was like, what do I know? We're just ordinary people. You know, just my ish. But yeah, I like musicals. I think where they started becoming unfun for me, because I was always happy to take singing classes and be involved with that like community.
Yeah.
But where it became unfun for me is when I would show up and the dance call had all these like crazy tap dancers, ballet, jazz, contemporary. And I'm like, so I got to be a good actor, which I've been working so hard on. I got to be a strong singer.
Yeah.
And I got to move like no other. And some of these, I got to learn an instrument as well. As
hashtag
like,
triple threat.
Whatever threat they're looking for, like a trapezoid. They're looking for like multiple angles. And I'm like, it's just not, I feel so discouraged coming in against these people. Like when I'm in the room with better actors, I'm like, I'm not that far away. I might be far away from like Denzel, but I'm
so
like.
So this was obviously like 10 years ago. Would you say 7 years ago?
What?
The Foothill.
Oh, yeah.
Like seeing in a room like that. But like, do you think you'd still feel exactly the same way?
I've done that multiple times. Like when it was like City Lights, when they did what's the show? Steven Spielberg just did a musical of
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Yeah.
I was in there and there was some jazz dudes and like doing splits, like warming up. I was like, great. I feel horrible.
Yeah.
I've auditioned for Hamilton multiple times and like I've made it all the way. Like the third round, fourth round, call back to the dance call. And then I just get murked on these because they do like quick, like, okay, this is the step. All right, now we're going to do this step. And like, even if I like can recall it, I can't put my own like flair on it. It's like a cold read.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
It's exactly that. Hey,
nice
translate. It's exactly what that is. It's a cold read where like I get to skim it and I'm like, okay, make your choices and go. I'm like, what?
It's never going to be as good as like a rehearsed, like, you know, what you're doing.
Like, give me 10 minutes, please.
I get you.
Yes.
That was the thing for like Soul Train with me.
Oh,
like did you see it?
Oh, I wish.
Oh man, those were all dancers and they're all grooving and moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would not have lasted. You know what I mean? Like, and there's not. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen.
That's why I didn't audition for it.
Yeah,
I was like, you're looking for singers and dancers, like skirt, and you guys are gonna take this to Broadway, skirt.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I will say, let me just backtrack a little bit. I did audition for Berkeley Rep recently.
I remember.
Yeah.
And I helped Arena Beth do the same thing.
For Berkeley Rep?
Yeah, it was like a show you guys were singing. You had to sing something for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was the first time I maybe noticed, because it's not the first musical I auditioned for. Mm-hmm. I don't chase it, like I said. But it was interesting to note that because this was a world premiere and the other one that I had auditioned for maybe was a world premiere, they didn't ask for. They asked for a song from a genre, and
Super hard.
and not well. I mean, and not like a musical theater song.
Right.
So
Pop rock song.
yes, exactly.
Right.
Well, so
Pop rock.
that's what happened, and I ended up singing Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And and I don't know if it was harder or easier because I took a long time to record that, and I was not happy with it when I sent it, and I was like, "What happened?" It was weird pressure, and I'm like, "It's not like I'm gonna do any leads." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I thought that was an interesting thing where they don't. At least recently, I haven't been seen to sing a theater related song. It's like pop rock or a ballad or okay.
Yeah, I will say in that too.
So what? Wait. So what if someone calls you?
Yeah.
Casting director is like, hey, we have this world premiere. We really want you to audition for it. Can you sing us Ordinary People?
For sure, I do it.
Like I nail that, right?
I'm all about auditioning for stuff, but when it comes to theater and knowing like, depending at the level too. I know we were just talking about this earlier about different levels of theater. Yeah. When it comes to like Broadway or all these other things, I'm just like, if it's community, I'm sure I can get by with my dancing and singing and steal the show. I'm sure I can do it.
Yeah.
But as
stage presence.
As soon as it goes to professional and like Broadway level, like there's only so much I can do to make my singing look good. Like I can act my way through a song to like discover moments and be like, oh, he's really discovering while he's singing. But like, and then as you get to higher level, they're like, he's not really hitting that note. Like, you know, be like, he hasn't really given me like a wow performance. But like, you know, like that's, I just know where I'm at. Do I want to train to get better at both movement and singing? Yes. And hopefully you guys can help fund that with this podcast. That'd be great. You know, in the Patreon and all the donations, whatever y'all want to do. Yeah. Get some merch, whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah.
But yes, do I want to get to a level where I am more competitive in those areas? For sure. Because there's places like Hamilton. Do I ever think I'll do Hamilton? No. And that dream died for me. But would it be great to be in that show? Of course.
Can I ask why it died? Or is that sensitive?
It's not sensitive. It just doesn't move me the way it did. I thought it was just so huge in the theater community at the time. I felt like, oh, this is my chance to be seen. Like this was made for me, kind of. And then
because it makes sense, right? Like
and I
you
think
kind of embody all of those things.
Yeah, and I don't want to say the hype is down from it. And I know it's probably a well-paying gig, and it'd be cool to tour it and do it on New York. I know people still want to see the show, but I don't know if I could really spend a year doing Hamilton and feel like I've gained something. I'm sure I know I would have gained something, but I'd rather do like Freestyle of Supreme for a year, and I feel like I would up my skills doing something like that.
Yeah. There you go. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, Freestyle of Supreme. I got a residency. No, I didn't. But like, we'll manifest that. Yo.
But you have performed on stage with them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like within that community lightweight. I'm just trying to get better at freestyling. Because I feel like that's a skill that I would love to add to my arsenal.
Yes.
But yeah, I think my favorite musical, this is going to sound ridiculous, Hamilton is up there, but I really love American Idiot, bro.
I didn't see it, but I heard great things. Tell me, talk to me. on the trip back from SoCal recently, I put on and this might relate. I put on the pop anthems, rock anthems of the 2000s, I think it was, playlist, random playlist, and I saw a bunch of American or Green Day on there. And I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that I had not seen
Here's the thing.
American Idiot.
I wasn't that big of a Green Day fan before I watched the musical. Oh. It was just like, I remember listening to a lot of like that style of music for a while. And then when I saw it, I'm like, the way they wove this album and a story together was so great. And there was such a high level of nostalgia that I was like, I'm an angsty teen again, and I want to run away from home and like smoke cigarettes and do drugs and like
start
have
a band.
baby and like you know, but not really know what to do. Like I wanted to be there. I wanted to have my life in shambles and sing along with everyone. I was like, I'm right there with them. So but also for me, it clicked. I was like, oh, this is what I want to do with my music. I want to make an album or a project and weave a story together. So it's like a concert play. I want to make a musical, basically. But like, yeah, something along those lines.
That's gonna be your favorite musical, Stone, that you write.
Of course. I'm gonna put that much time into it.
Yeah. Well, what about plays? I know we briefly touched on one person play.
Yeah. Which I probably will do one day, but like I don't want to push towards that. I really love collaborating and acting with. I learned so much from my scene partners.
Yeah, let me direct you in that one.
Okay. Oh, and the one person? Why can't you just be on stage with me, bro?
Okay, 2-person play.
Gosh, I'm down for a 2-person.
All right.
Or a 2-hander.
Well, I was thinking like that'd be a fun way to have breaks in your 1-person plays, to have freestyles.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
Break the fourth. Well, I mean, yeah, break the fourth wall, but like an aside, like a freestyle aside. Ooh, freestyle asides.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You're like writing the script, someone else does it, right? Like you've already done it a bunch, and it's like licensed, whatever. And another young rapper, actor, performer reads it, and like, what? Freestyle aside was that? And then like you have a little asterisk, little note, like, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes as your break.
Yeah.
Right. And you're just going to vouch for ideas from the audience, and you're just going to freestyle.
That's great.
Wow. And then you get back into the play.
That's great. But that's also, once again, that's asking like an artist, like out of nowhere, being like, I have to freestyle. Imagine somebody asked you to freestyle for 5 minutes.
Here we go. How much time do we got? We got 41 minutes on the clock. And I know that I will not stop.
There you go. And it's funny because like when you're not used to freestyling, you think of how much time.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking of like, how long has this been?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Great.
Right.
Yeah. 5 minutes to go.
I spat out 30 sentences in how? 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They'd be doing that, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
But yeah, I think having the freedom to do something like that would be sick. But plays, I don't think I do as many comedies as I'd love to do.
Why do you think that is?
I think I have like a vulnerable look to be cast as, you know, and I think I don't know, for a long time I've always been the dead kid, which is fine. Like I'm down to like pull somebody's heartstrings. INU, Brownsville song, who I was auditioning for in Hamilton was John Lawrence, who dies. I was like, do I just look like somebody who dies? Like, all right.
No,
but I think it's that like we like this guy so much that when he dies, it hurts the most, you know?
Yes. He doesn't look like someone who dies. He looks like someone who's lived.
Okay.
Right? You are in the moment. You're full of life.
Yeah.
And that's the dramatic irony.
Yeah.
Is that as you're watching it and you get to the ending of any story, you realize like, oh, that's who they were. And that hurts the most.
Yeah, it
right?
does.
Because that's the memory of that person.
They might have had the quote unquote most potential and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's the heartbreak. Yeah.
There you go. Well,
so now we solved a bit of a mystery. Like, why do I keep getting it? Well, now you know.
Now I know.
It's not the dead kid. It's the most alive kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who just happens to be dead.
Yeah. Who just happens to be dead.
That's good to know, though. You can kind of lean into that, or lean away and see what you get.
Well, yeah, I'd love to do more comedies, just because I want to work on my comedic chops. Especially like that's I think why I love sketch comedy so much and like TikTok stuff, that I can like practice that stuff. I'm like, what's the button?
I am honestly surprised you've never done anything with Killing My Lobster.
I was asked to.
Sure.
And it was in a time where I was like more trying to get money than I was trying.
That commitment can be challenging for sure.
Exactly, and it's an SF, so I was like, I was just balancing a lot at the time, and that's something we were talking about earlier about like, you know, people want to get into theater and they're like, this is so fun, but also like, how do I pay my bills? It's like, you got to pay your dues. Like, you really want to do this? Like, me and Tasi ate a lot of shit in the beginning and just doing stuff, hoping just to make a connection.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully,
not even
like,
book a gig. It was like, can we make a connection?
Somebody else doing this, maybe they'll have resources. But not even thinking of it like that. I just want to meet cool people who are also doing this, and maybe they'll have resources how we can level up. Yeah, you know.
I think that's a great way to put that. For anyone out there who's like just now getting into the spirit of the game of auditioning, or maybe you're trying to get your artwork into exhibitions, or you're looking to record your first single, maybe you're going to come across a lot of like loneliness in the journey. And I think part of that manifests in like looking for community, and you can really dissect that in so many ways. And now you talking about like what that sacrifice looked like, I can kind of look back and go, oh, for 5 years, the sacrifice looked like I just needed to make sure I wasn't the only one as hungry.
Yeah.
Right. Nowadays, I don't have to. That's not what my sacrifice looks like anymore. Right. Because I know I'm surrounded by people who are, case in point, you, just as hungry or even hungrier. Right. Like, is he over there?
You. Come out the bathroom, you.
Come on out. Special guest. Yeah. Come on out.
You.
You got you.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's like you have to be ready to sacrifice and be okay with like changing what that sacrifice looks like.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think it's like, I think it's that thing, that metaphor of like, you're at the bottom of a mountain. Yeah. Of course, when you look up, it looks incredibly daunting. Like I'll never get to the base, or,
to the top.
I'll never get to the top because how could you?
Yeah.
You're already defeated by your thoughts. Right. So, when you're starting off, you just take stock of like, oh, what am I giving up today? There's the necessity stuff. Like, oh, I'm giving up like a meal. Okay. No, whatever. Or I'm giving up time hanging out with a friend, or I'm giving up time with family. Yeah. But that's not always going to be the case.
No.
Right. And knowing that you're shifting your sacrifices because your lifestyle is shifting in a way that aligns with what you wanted to begin with, that's a thing to celebrate.
Yeah.
All right. Like, oh, wow, I don't have to sacrifice that extra meal, or I can have time with a friend today because I'm in this part of my career. But now what else am I sacrificing? Yeah. Sleep. Okay. That's a personal thing, or whatever it might be.
Yeah. I think, and also I just finished this book called Destiny is Discipline. Discipline is Destiny. One of those two. Mm-hmm. And it was just saying, when you get to the point where you're saying no, you're saying yes to yourself. Mm-hmm. So I think in the beginning when you're eating shit and you're like, not getting paid, you're sacrificing all that stuff. You're just building the resume, and that experience is invaluable. You're like learning so much about yourself, people, the community you possibly want to be a part of. Like, I remember when I first got into like an equity space, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to be here. For sure.
Right.
The people that were involved, people like treating me better. I'm not saying like professional and other theaters don't treat you well, but it's just like, it's just different. Everyone's paid, so everyone's happier. I'm just like, I get it. People are like, I want to be here. And like, there's a faster turnaround. There's like a higher level of professionalism. It's just, I was like, yes, this is why I did it. And am I ever going to be on stage in this production? No, I'm an understudy, but hey, it's cool. I'll get to learn from all these people. Like, how are they doing this stuff? I get to be around these people. So it was like so much of that, like appreciation, unvalidation, no recognition, but it's okay. You're learning, you're growing in the field, and that's I think with everything, the more you put in,
the more you get out of it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, inspiring.
I mean, we could talk about theater forever. I mean, yeah. If you guys have any questions about our theater journey or anything you want to know about theater, maybe in the Bay Area, because I feel like that's where we specialize, and we could tell you a million resources in the Bay Area.
I have auditioned for other theaters out of state now.
No, he hasn't. Don't listen to him. He's lying.
Which is fascinating.
He said he doesn't chase these things. All of a sudden, oh well, I have. Wisconsin Dramatic Arts Conservatory, Shakespeare.
It's funny. Sometimes I think about that, dude. When we're talking like you or friends, and it feels very like the day to day. Sometimes has a lot of lulls. Like what I chase these days, y'all, is reflection. Time to reflect. But sometimes I'll be in a gig. I'm like, when did I chase this? Like what? Yeah. Like somehow I'm in here. Yeah. And that's a I'm delighted. I'm tickled by that, right? And I have to kind of accept that, like, this is cool. But it's also that thing of like, oh, I shouldn't stop working on myself. Like I shouldn't stop doing one or two auditions here and there, as kind of like challenging as sometimes this could still be. It's like, no, it doesn't really stop. That's all kind of part of it. But now I chase something a little bit different. I chase like leisure. I chase downtime for now. I mean, that could change it.
I feel it. Same. And we'll probably talk about this more in the Jumpstart episode we have about how to like jumpstart any career and the things we know. But like something that's grown my career that I end up getting in places where I'm like, how did I get here? is doing the TBA generals or general auditions for any theater company. So the directors and their team can see you, and then they'll email you throughout the year about shows that they think you're right for that you can audition for.
Yeah. And by the time this episode comes out, one of them might have already passed. There's a Theater Bay Area general audition coming up in February of 2024.
Signups are always in November, though.
That's right. So it's coming up ish.
Yeah.
And so that's a great tip. Actually, that's a good way to sign off. One tip. So your tip is do be seen by the most.
Yeah.
Theater Bay Area general auditions or general auditions in general.
I mean, I think that alone, besides taking classes, catapulted my expansion, my domination in the theater of the Bay Area.
Talk about it. That's good.
No, yeah, it really helped. It really helped my career a lot doing that.
I like that.
Of course.
I would say if you're out there and you're unsure of how to, I guess, break in or be a part of something, one of the best ways that could be of service to the community and to yourself is just to seek out staged readings or organizations that do stage readings. Actually, I have a very old blog post of like 5 tips to get into theater. And I'd reread it recently and I was like, oh, a bunch of these still apply.
What
and
are
that's
those tips?
One of them is to seek out stage readings. And then the other one was...
You said 5. What do you mean?
There's 5. Wait, hang on.
Ones.
The other one. Well, I'm not gonna do all of them. They're gonna have to look for it. That blog post.
You don't even know where it is.
Well, I can search it right now and look at it.
Well, in the description below, that's where it is.
Yes. Now I want to look for it.
He's gonna make you click. I was trying to give it to you right now, but Tasi's gonna make you click.
I mean, you got
off the top of your head. What do you think?
Well, I already shared one. I like that one. That's probably the one that continues to exist today. That still feels as like relevant.
Yeah.
Like go check out Player Arts Foundation. Go check out new playgrounds. Yeah. You know, theater sometimes will do their own private one, but like once you get into that world and you start to see like the variety of actors that they have reading, I feel like it becomes more attainable to be a part of that, as opposed to watching something that, you know, going to a show and it's so polished. You would hope, and there's a paying audience, and that feels like it's aspiring to be there. Like, oh, I want to be on that stage, but it also might leave you not feeling more unsure about how to even get there. Whereas if you go see, you watch or support a stage reading, or even try to audition, if you can email and get a response, it feels like, oh man, this is like 3 steps away from where I am. You know, if there's a leveling playing ground of that I got from that. Yeah, because there was an early City Lights one that I was a part of a few times, and I'm like, oh, got an audience here, got other actors who I've seen in like a play or two, and then I've got other actors who I've never even heard of, directors, you know, it's kind of just all there, minus all the flashy lights and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I did... I thought you saw this one. Or maybe it was Jeffrey. No, it's Jeffrey.
No, I don't support you.
No, you may have even been in it. The earliest stage reading I did at City Lights, the director asked if I could be in a diaper and carry a boombox because the character was a baby shower stripper.
I can see it.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So the lightly staged, it's not always like this, very lightly staged. I come in through the door and there I am in my diaper in a boombox, and like you knew immediately about this character, and that was like, when am I ever gonna do that on stage, right? At that point. So go see stage readings, go support stage readings, go be a part of it if you can. That's how you meet people.
Yeah,
that's one way.
Yeah. That's a great advice that I didn't know, and I didn't even think about that. I think my trajectory was just through school, through like going to see plays, because I like to aspire to be on those stages. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get there. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. But I like the stage reading.
Yeah.
Also, if theater is what you're trying to do before we sign off, just know monologues are a thing to keep in your back pocket at all times. To find them, just read plays, and you'll find them, or go see plays. That's what I usually see when I go see plays. I'm like, I can take that monologue.
Yeah.
Because like they always ask like dramatic, comedic, sometimes a classical one.
Mm-hmm.
Having those three in your back pocket ready to go at all times.
I think there was one I saw from River Bride that I really liked.
Which one? What was the scene?
It was the older fisherman.
Oh, you and your Portugal. Go to Portugal already. On that note, I'm Davied Morales. You can find me everywhere at Active Poet. This is Portugal Tasi.
Portugal Tasi. You can find me at Portugal Tasi. At Tasi Alabastro on socials and in Portuguese. And
this is our podcast,
Art Time Job.
Reminding you to make time for your art, take those leaps to jump in whatever community you want to, and you can follow us everywhere at Art Time Job Podcast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll cut to Tasi doing the monologue that he said he likes so much.
Yay! Yeah, it was cool back in the Philippines. I learned about the melting pot. I wanted to melt in the melting pot. Not my sister saw me. And she was born here. She wanted to pierce her lip and put a ring in there. She wanted to shout, "I am here." Not me. No, I wanted to melt in the melting pot. I wanted to get along with everybody. Last year, I took the citizenship test. It was very hard. It's a lot of brain work, But, America is the place for me. I look around the courtroom and I see all the crying faces of happiness and we're also different, but we all have crying faces of happiness. And now I have a gun. But my uncle said no bullets. And I have the freedom to bear arms. And if I see them throw one more stone or shove one more customer, I'm going to send those motherfuckers to heaven.